Welcome to Trucking with Fitz. Today, we get 3 loads in today, all back and forth to Iowa Falls, and 2 of those loads we do after they've closed. Stay tuned for some trucking. Good morning. I'm in Beeman, Iowa right now. It is Monday morning. We'll chat in a little bit about what we did over the weekend, or maybe we are now. My CB's making a lot of noise. Different CB, that's one of the things we did this weekend. Anyway, the last recorded video would have been on Friday. Saturday I didn't record anything. Saturday I just ran from Midway to Sinclair 3 times, and went pretty well. The third time is the reason for the CB, the different CB. The third time, well, the first 2 times the CB worked great. They used the CB to direct me as to when I should stop and pull forward and all those different things. First 2 times I was in there, everything worked fine. I could hear him. He pulled me forward when I needed to pull forward, and we're not. 10-4, they said if my antenna ever falls down, it'll cause a fire. All right, we're gonna turn that down for a second. It'll be a second before we get pulled forward anyway. Well, he's not using it, but anyway, the first 2 times worked great. They're on channel 22, I think, up there. I do need to pull this down, just in case he says something to me sooner. But I think first 2 times worked great. Everything loaded well, got out of there quickly. It was a little stout. Third time comes around, and well, first stop, front hopper, goes just fine. It says pull forward, I start pulling forward. I wait for him to tell me to stop, and well, he never tells me to stop, or so I think. And we almost made a mess. We made a mess, just it was a lot less than it could have been, because I didn't hear anything. So I kept rolling very slowly. But anyway, he was not very happy with me. But I was outside in the sunlight. He was inside. I couldn't really see him very well, so even his waving I didn't see. We're gonna go ahead and get in gear here. We're nearing our mark. It'll be another minute still. So yeah, needless to say, he wasn't very happy with me. I tried apologizing, and he did not want to accept my apology. Probably called me some things after I was gone. That was the first time I've met somebody that was that grumpy. Even when it wasn't necessarily my fault. Anyway, I don't want that to happen again. There we go. Forward. I don't want to have that happen again. So we put a completely different CB in. And new coax, new antenna. We trimmed the antenna to make everything perfect. And hold on, I'm gonna go check something. Okay. You need to be careful that I watch him. Anyway, that's a different CB. I've had that one for a while. No, it works. New antenna. It'll get run better later, but for right now, that's what it is. And I already know it works better because I could hear her in here. I learned some things about CB this weekend that I didn't know, so that's good too. It is 12:05 right now. Over this side. Should have already been here, but I was looking this thing on. I don't see anybody back there. I'm watching. Alright, we're committing. How long is the... Oh! Oh! What is this? The line isn't very long. This is when you check your phone and you make sure they weren't planning on closing at noon. Doesn't look like they are. We're gonna get sort of right in here. Wow. Right into the probing station for sure. What is going on? Is it just because everybody's switched over to corn? Oh wow. Is this too good to be true? There's a truck pulling around. This is the first time this will have happened, that I'm going straight onto the scale. This is amazing. I'm not even going to stop for the stop sign. Wow. Can't get used to this. Wonderful. Look where we are. We're back to load number 3. That's exciting. I'm very glad that that delivery went quickly. Let's see if we can do it again. You guys think we can do it again? If it's slow over there, what we'll do is we'll come back and preload for the morning, but if it's quick, we might do more. Nobody loading here, but there are a number of trucks dropping, so it might take a second.
500 pounds. So that's pretty good. Where is that? 90,520. We were stout on our first couple, not terrible, but more than that. So I tried to dial back this time a little bit, and we got about right. So starting to really like the load out of here. First couple times I didn't like it because they didn't recognize me, they didn't know me in the office. I had no idea what I was doing, so I was very confused, and they didn't know how to communicate to me because my radio wasn't working well, and I had a lot of things stacked against me. Now they know why I'm here, they know who I am, they know what I'm doing, and I know what I'm doing. So now it's not too bad. I don't really say a word to anybody, to be honest. I don't know if I said a word to anybody. Oh, no. I said, that's good, when I was done loading the back hopper. That's it. Don't have to worry about not hearing anybody on the radio because, well, they weren't yelling at me on the radio. I can see them, and I can hear them with my window down. Perfect. Alright. We're praying that this drop goes as easy as the last one. The last one was mint. I'm hoping that wasn't just a fluke, that it is really because people are done harvesting beans, and so there's less guys going in there. Less farmers going in there. And it's just us co-op guys. And I'm not talking about just Mid-Iowa. There's, who else is on there? IAS. Landis, I think, has been in there that I've seen. There's more, but I really would like to get one more of these in today. That would make it 4. That would put us in a good spot. Cash-wise, we will see. We will see. I would be content if I did 3 loads and preloaded for the morning. Because if I can preload for the morning, I can show up at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning and be back down in Beeman at 7:30 and still get 3 loads done on top of that. In fact, that's probably what I should do. Unless I get word that they're full, in which case that would be a bummer. Because like I said, I'm starting to enjoy this run. Might as well keep doing it for a while. There's enough miles in it to be a little more profitable. That midway to Sinclair is also a pretty profitable one. It's about the same distance, I believe. It takes about the same amount of time. This one, yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. Anyway. You guys probably can't hear me very well at this point anyway, that's why I'm looking over my shoulder. And I got some driving to do. So we will see ya. Okay, so I don't know what I'm seeing right now. There is a truck here, way out here on this side of the plant right now. The question is, Is it just because of the sign saying he can't cross the railroad tracks? Or is there a line all the way back? I don't know. I suppose we'll find out as soon as they're willing to open the gates for us again. There's nobody around, but they're hogging the gates, so I'm sure we'll move soon. Well, we're still here, sitting here. Waiting for the train. We found out something. I keep on chuckling because it's just so stupid. They close at 11. You guys remember what time I delivered last time? I delivered around noon. No one told me that they were closing at noon, or at 11. They closed at 11. Or if they did, I could not hear them. So, obviously not clear. I knew it was too good to be true today. I knew it was too good to be true. They closed at 11, and they're not open tomorrow at all. In my mind, I was ready for, you know, another good day tomorrow of doing this. But clearly that is not in the cards. We're switching back to Midway to Sinclair. That would be why I didn't see any of the Mid-Iowa trucks doing this anymore. That would be why. Well, we're just gonna sit here and chill for the next 45 minutes, is what I was told. And yeah, thankfully we're gonna get unloaded. We're not the only dumb one. So that's nice. I'd rather not be the only dumb one. Anyway, it is what it is. We probably won't load in Midway until tomorrow. I'm not going to. I'm gonna go home. Well, we're done for the day. We ended up just going home. So we did 3 loads to Iowa Falls, and then we called it quits. It was not going to be worth it for me to go all the way across, an hour and 15 minutes over to Midway, get 1 load, run 1 load, and then go an hour and 10 minutes home. Just, the numbers don't work. So I just came home, and I'm going to go over there in the morning, and I'm going to run 4 loads. Or at least that's the goal. We'll see if that happens. I'm going to do my best to be there like at 7:15. I think they open at 7:30, but I'm going to show up early. And we're going to try to run hard tomorrow. Hopefully my CB works the way they need it to. I got home and I actually did some work. You can't even tell now. Let's see. This is the hub that was leaking. I've cleaned it up a little bit now, but I put a new gasket in there and refilled it. So we'll see that tomorrow. We'll see if that's fixed. Should be. Right? It should be. One never knows. For sure sometimes. Did I fix it? You really think that you fixed it and then it's not. Anyway, those three loads actually were pretty good. Compared to running those Haverhill loads, Haverhill to Liscombe, much more efficient, more money. So thankful for that, and looking forward to tomorrow. Hoping that things go smoothly there in Midway. Yeah, we're gonna keep plugging away. I don't usually talk about my family too much, but I will say that baby number 3 is due November 10th. See if that's when it happens. But harvest has to be done by then, is what I'm saying. So we're going to keep working until then, and then I will take off for at least a few days. And so hopefully all this hard running is over. I would do some anyway, at that point we're going to be mid-November, and it's going to be, we might switch back to the dry van. It just depends on if Mid-Iowa has sold grain or not. If Mid-Iowa has sold grain, we're going to haul for them. But if not, we're going to go run seed. So that's the plan. That's why I still have the dry van. We're going to throw our pallet jack in there, and we're going to see if we can get something done that way. So enough talking. Thanks for watching. Comment down below your thoughts on the plan, and we'll see you on the next one.